Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm just Terrell. You ever been out somewhere and overheard two people having crazy conversations?
Yeah, well, we are those people. We've been having these conversations since college.
Yep, it's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts podcast, King's Court review of episode 3. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, and leave a review.
It's like we're either 30 minutes late or 5 minutes early.
You're right, but to be early is to be on time.
Right. So we're just gonna ignore the 30 minutes late because we normally do these at 8-7 central, right? And but crazy day today, man. And it's just one of these things that all right, we got to get a later start today. Finally got it going, and here we are, which set it for like 35 just in case we had something else to do. But here we are. This is gonna be quick because here's the thing about this, and I know you have to love this. These shows are short. These episodes of King's Court are short.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a crap load of editing. So there's a lot missing.
Yeah. It's a lot of editing. I mean, it's a hard show, to be honest. It's a hard show to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Going to my inner David, to be honest with you. It's hard to follow. Because it cuts them, it just chops up so much stuff to where you're like, what happened? Right. And they don't really elaborate on some of the other conversations or expound on them. So you just leave wanting.
Okay, but while you feel left wanting for some of the conversation that was had, how are you feeling about the show so far, though? We're 3 episodes in. Karen has finally watched. Thank you. YouTube channel member Karen says, I finally watched. Hey, guys. Hey, Karen. Thank you. Glad you watched. Love to know what you think of the show going so far. 3 episodes in. How you feeling?
I still feel the same way I did in last review. I feel like all 3 of these guys are not looking for their person.
Not even Carlos. He seems dedicated.
I said not all 3.
Oh,
didn't say yeah.
Didn't say not any of them.
Yeah, no. I said not all 3 guys aren't looking for the one. I think there's a couple, one, maybe 2 that's looking for something, but it just seems like just kind of a bit of a circus, just for ratings and whatever else. When it comes to reality TV, it's just not my favorite.
Look, you can say it. Tyson's catching flack online right now.
Is he?
Oh, man. Women are like, look, I was a fan. This is the problem when you do reality TV. At some point, you start the show, because women just saw him.
Right.
He didn't speak.
And that's what they envision. No girl is like, oh, my goodness, if I got Tyson alone, I would sit and talk to him for hours.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, man. Well, look, let's pick up from here in episode 3. It's going to be a quick one because there's not a whole lot happening. Because after Brickell and Lexi, and it's funny because even the closed caption on my TV starts writing her name as Raquel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's what the closed caption person hears, and or the AI hears, and that's what they write, Raquel, because that's how they say it.
Well, they're like, she gone. It don't matter. They didn't care.
And that's how the other women in the house felt. Matter of fact, they were happy that they were gone. They were like, oh, this competition's gone. But look, we do get to see your favorite guy here, Tyson, hanging out at the pool with Felicia. What'd you think of this whole massage thing here?
She's trying to give him a nice little massage and all that stuff. I think being a little thirsty, in my opinion.
Why?
I just think it's a thirsty move to do, because we know what a massage means. We know why you're doing it. You just met the man. Calm it down.
I recall somebody on that side of the screen saying on this very podcast, bragging about the massages they used to give in college.
Yeah, there was a reason. It wasn't like, man, I think
thirsty. You were parched.
There was a reason I was giving the massage. It was to, in those apartments at UTSA, to get you on the bed, close the door, put in R. Kelly 12 play, and start to give a massage. That was my jam back. That was my tape back then.
That does not age well. I do like Felicia, like I said, she's shooting her shot, but she's also calling Tyson out, right? I like how she calls him out because he's like, "Oh yeah, the new women are coming tomorrow." She's like, "Yeah, you got to go date all of them, don't you? You just got to date everybody."
Well, we know Tyson likes him some new. He just that's his thing. Hey, I hung out with you already. I want to see the new batch.
Why eat today what I already had yesterday? Well, the next batch shows up. We get to next time we see them. The next batch shows up, and you see the wrestling ring. You see Tyson.
Yeah.
You see Carlos, and you know what's about to happen. In 100%. Comes Thaddius.
I told you this was going to happen because they did the basketball thing with one group. They did this. At some point, there's going to be a modeling thing. Watch. There's going to be a runway walk they're going to have to do.
Oh boy,
it's cheesy.
I had a flashback to the runway when they came out, because here's what happens. Thaddius goes out, he does his whole wrestling thing. The women are, oh my God, that's great, excited about it. Then next thing you know, they're like, all right, so now you have to be a character too. So go back there, create your alter ego, and come on back out. And when they come back out, it's interesting because let's see, Denitra comes out as Serenity.
Yep.
Did you like her outfit?
Denitra's outfit was nice, and Denitra does cosplay. So this is a regular Saturday for her to put on her alter ego. That's nothing new.
What about Demi? Which when she said her full name, I'm like, thank you for keeping it short, because nobody would get it. And she knows.
I'm not gonna remember. I just wrote Demi Grace. I'll just do that. That's in my notes is Demi Grace. Feline Fatale looked like a Temu Catwoman.
Yeah, she was definitely not. She didn't have cat-like reflexes, and she definitely wasn't flexible like a cat.
Yeah.
And then you had Catherine. I know you like
Catherine.
When I saw Catherine, I know that you were like, mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Catherine's gorgeous. Yeah, I like Catherine.
I knew you would.
Yeah, her outfit I thought was really nice.
And what about Tari?
Mystique.
Yes.
The little BDSM outfit that she had on, and she almost falls. It looked like that one thing in remember Pulp Fiction, that scene? Pulp Fiction where the deal comes out the box in that all black deal. No? Never mind.
No.
Forget about it.
Look,
bring out the gimp.
Her entrance was great. Rolling onto the ropes. It was cool till she stood up and started to walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost.
Because I wouldn't get that out of my head.
And none of the guys did either, because they all picked somebody else. Thaddius picked Denitra, Carlos picked Demi, Tyson picked Catherine, and then the rest of the women came in, the OGs. So now the OGs group is 10, right?
Yeah.
Remember, it was just a small batch of OGs. Now the first two groups are considered the OGs, but 4 of them weren't there because they were sick, including Janae, which is interesting because, she's always with Carlos, right?
Right.
And they've got to have this mixer. Anything stood out to you in this mixer?
It's watching the game play out, because the guys are the prize. They're just kind of standing there, but watching how the girls are trying to position themselves. Yeah, Tari trying to work the room and kind of be over flirty with a lot of the guys who didn't pick her because they saw her trip and fall. And then Shawana tries to cock block as she's done with Tad, and that backfires on her. So it's just interesting watching how these ladies are maneuvering.
It is, because like you said, Thaddius, what he does, and I tend to keep calling him Titus just because that's what his wrestling name was. But he doesn't take the bait with Shawana, Dr. Shawana.
No.
Instead, he pulls Brianna to the side and asks her on a date. And we find out some information because he didn't just go to Brianna. He was actually led in that direction. Yeah.
Carlos turned him on to her because when they deliberated last time, Carlos was saying, hey, this Brianna, good head on the shoulders, all this. I think she'd be great for Thaddius.
Which that's what boys do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's that's y'all true boys. That's what you do. Hey, man, I think she'd be great for you. So kudos to them for that one. Then he also picked Ariel, who we saw them on their date before, so we knew they had a connection already, right?
Yeah, we know they did. He likes the hair.
Yeah.
Whether it's crochet braids or whatever it is,
Were you able to identify it this time, sir?
I guess yes. I did. I
guess. That means no. But to your point, Dr. Shawana, who was still in her feelings, decides to go sit down and talk to Carlos. I don't know what it is about this man that every woman that has a problem with another man on the show goes and sits in his couch and says, "Therapist, Boozer, please solve my problems."
He's got that demeanor, like a good therapist. Just want to sit and talk.
It's the beard, huh?
Could be. The beard and the bald head. Maybe. Maybe that's what works for them. I don't know. But why is she, which is funny because I get it. She's frustrated with Thaddius.
Yeah.
But you know you're not interested in Carlos.
Right.
But why go through all this? I guess it's just for airtime.
No. Here's the thing. I don't like this. I like that she did it. And I understand why Carlos was like, okay, happily, come on. Why? This is a safe date because he asked her on a date. He's like, yeah, come on, let's go on a date because this is a safe date. She's still hung up on Titus. She's not going to try to come on me because, you know, she's assertive, not aggressive. So he knows he's safe, right?
And he knows he's into Janae, so he doesn't want to have.
That's why he's safe.
Got it.
And then his third pick is all the way into Tyson. Steph is his third pick, so he has his 3 dates.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Tyson, Mr. Beckford over here, he went all out on this one, all cuddled up with Felicia.
Yeah,
asked her on a date, and as soon as he releases her from his grasp, who jumps in? Liliana to stake her claim.
Liliana. Mm-hmm. And did you see he wanted little smooch sessions with both of them?
Yeah,
in front of all the ladies, which I just thought that's an interesting move.
Well, you know, he knows. Looking at, okay, you just said earlier the men are the prize, and that's how he's really taking this, right? And to be fair, one, he's been the prize for decades.
Yeah.
So therefore, do you expect anything different?
No, but it just does not make him look good.
No.
You know, especially when he told Liliana, "You're never going to not like me."
Yeah, that's some cocky shit.
It is. Yeah.
But if you look like that, you probably would say that too.
That's why God didn't give me that gift. With great power comes great responsibility.
And some people fail when they have it. The new women are then moved into the house, right? And as they're going in, interesting, because when the OGs come to the wrestling ring, there's a little back and forth again. I feel like it's staged. And same thing when they move into the house, right? The new women come to the house and the women just are like ignoring them.
Right, until Thaddius had to step up and be like, "Hey, get up and greet these women. Be hospitable." Scared them out of, "Oh, shoot, hey, how you doing? I'm Shawana. Nice to
Speaking of which, around the house, Carlos and Janae, they're finally getting to talk because Janae was sick, so that's why she couldn't. She wasn't feeling well, so that's why she didn't make it to the gym. And I kind of like this interaction with them because we know they have chemistry. We know they're digging each other, and I like the way they had this because she's like, "Hey, how did it feel going on a date without me?"
Yeah, and I like what he told her. He said that he missed her. Last night, just wasn't the same without her. So he's letting her know that he's still really interested. Right. Even though she wasn't able to hang out, he's still focused on Janae. So I thought it was a good moment for those two.
And especially knowing that, okay, he's got another date to go on and she can't go because he had to pick 3 women that were present.
Right.
So that's got to give us some sort of security as he's going on this date, right?
Yeah. I was wondering how sick she was because I'm like, you don't have to come. If you got the COVID, don't come sit this close to me.
I'm sure they had them swab down. There's no COVID.
just saying, you can have a little cold, little flu. I don't know, but I get it.
Could have been a stomach bug.
Bubblies.
Toya says Carlos needs to open up and give other women a chance. Do you agree?
No, I don't. I don't agree. That's the right thing to do, but it wouldn't make good TV, right? So
Or it would, because there'd be some jealousy somewhere.
That depends.
And why is it okay? Why is it the right thing to do? Because if you're there to look for love and you found someone that you think you can fall in love with, why mess around? Look, I met my wife. I'm like, well, don't need to date anybody else. We good, right?
No, you're 100% right. Yeah, you're 100% right. He found someone he's really interested in, and he's got a chance to talk to everybody else. He's just not feeling it with those other folks. So yeah, he had two choices in his mind. I think that was Lexi and Janae, and what happened to Lexi?
But okay, so here's the thing, because like Toya says, he needs to give other women a chance. Is he not giving them a chance? It's not like he's telling them, hey, don't come speak to me. He's not giving them the Heisman. He's talking to them. The only time he did that was when who was it that came and sat down? Was it Brickell who came and had that convo with him at the gym? Or was it Lexi? No, it was Lexi. Was it? Who was it that had the conversation with him? And he told him, look, you go have that conversation with Titus. Oh, you forgot already, huh?
I can't think of who that was.
Oh, my God. You know what? I have it backwards because it was Lexi, but she went to talk to Titus. So Carlos, when he had the chance to have a conversation with somebody, he's sitting down and having that convo. You're right, because Lexi wanted to have that conversation with Carlos.
Yeah.
He's been open to every conversation. Even when Lexi did that to him, what did he do? Okay, well, what would you like to talk about? You have my attention right now. And she had nothing to give. Right. He's been open to.
I agree.
He's got an A1 and the rest of them.
Yeah.
And the rest of them just not living up to par. That's all there is to it. And I don't think that's his fault, right? When you get to the dates, Thaddius, aka Titus, he takes his dates, which are Brianna, Ariel, and Denitra. Denitra swole, by the way. I did not realize that until she was on this date of fouling. Have you ever heard of this?
I'd never heard of fouling.
Folding?
Yeah. When he said foul, I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe he said bowling. He just has an accent.
No, it's
Shannon
because
Sharp.
It's football and bowling, so it's folding.
No, I understand that, but I thought he had said bowling at first, and I said maybe he just has a weird accent like Shannon Sharp or something, and he just talks that way. But then I was like, look, and I had to rewind it, and I see the sign up where it's Foling, F-O-W. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I'll pass. I'll try axe throwing before I do this one.
I've done axe throwing. Axe throwing's fun.
Yeah. As long as you're not the one in the way. Anything good from this date?
I think he had a great date with Brianna.
Mm-hmm.
And, Brianna showed her competitive side. Ariel and Denitra cannot throw a football. That's just not their gift.
They can work out. But they can lift some weight.
Yeah, but they can't throw. But I think he wound up having a good date with Brianna, which, thanks to Carlos, he started to pay attention to.
I do like the chemistry that they have. Thaddius and Brianna too. And I like the fact that for her, because they kind of make you feel, I don't want to say sorry for her, but you feel a little warm to her when she explains, when he first pulls her to the side, she's talking about being tall and the disadvantages of being tall and how nobody wants to date the tall girl and nobody wants to date somebody who's taller than them. And she gives us a sob story, and you get that small little tear coming out of your eye as she's telling that story.
I did it. I did.
Why?
As someone who's 5'10", I don't care about your tall people problems. So, all I wanted was to be 6'2". So I don't want to hear about your tall people problems. And I'd be curious, if Brianna, if you watch the show, I'd be curious, how many guys that are in that 5'10", 5'9" range would you even entertain dating? Like, would you entertain dating some? Which, if so, that's great. Because, you got some guys that got to get in their head about it. If it bothers them, they got to like reach up to kiss their girl. But if a woman, I've dated people taller.
Give me a kiss.
I dated someone taller than me, and she was like, "Hey, do you not want me to wear heels?" I was like, "No, you wear whatever you want. I'm giving short guys hope. Put them heels on." But she was taller than me, but it didn't bother me.
Right. Well, that's because you got confidence. Sometimes too much. Tyson's date. They went breakdancing. Okay, before we get to the women, Tyson gave us this story about how he broke into the scene, breakdancing with Vin Diesel and all these other cats, and then he showed us his moves. And now I'm questioning everything.
Maybe he's just too old to be doing those. I was in a breakdancing group when I was 12. I can't move like
I'm questioning everything you're telling me now, too.
It was. So I can't move like that either.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm questioning it.
Now, I could do it back then, but as of now, no, I can't do that.
All right. So what do you think of this whole breakdancing date and the women learning how to breakdance?
I thought it was hilarious because I wanted to see how the women do. And then I was curious, I'm like, wait a minute, Catherine's 50. And so when Catherine get, all of a sudden I had a Aunt Viv in the little dance, so old school Aunt Viv doing the dance, and I was like, you go ahead on, Catherine. Show them you can still work it. You won't be sore tomorrow.
You talk about dark skinned Aunt Viv with the light skinned Aunt Viv shade.
Yeah. Yes.
Karen, I agree with you. The breakdancing was bad. It was terrible. From Tyson's to everybody else, even though, to be fair, Catherine did it the best, right?
She did. Yep.
Even though Felicia, with the age shaming, saying, well, I don't know how old Catherine is, but this is probably closer to her era.
Fair.
Very accurate, but still
accurate.
Now the shade is bad. Now Catherine wins the solo day, and again, here's the thing. And if I look like Tyson, I'd probably be doing the same thing. But he's like, all right, so you're gonna throw these darts. Whoever gets close to the bullseye, you win one-on-one time with me. All right, you're gonna break dance, and whoever does it best gets a solo date with me. And it's just like it just feels, again, it feels very arrogant.
That's Tyson's MO, apparently. That's just who he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one thing about reality TV. I think you said this. Eventually it starts to show who you really are.
Right.
And I think Tyson is just that's what he's into. That's what he likes.
Well, they did. Catherine won, and the solo date, if I were her, I'd turn it back over because it's literally just on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, y'all just turn around, face that way.
Don't look around this corner. No peeking. Like, what kind of solo date is that?
It really wasn't much of a solo date, but I thought the conversation was good because they started talking about kids, and he was saying his kid, she was how old? He's 25, I think.
Yeah,
and he's really good at chess. And she was the Motor City Chess Club president.
Yep.
So she's really smart. So she talks about her daughter being in middle school, and then Tyson's like, "Yeah, I want more kids, though. What about you? You want more kids?" I'm like, "What?"
She's already won the lottery. Are you kidding me? Her daughter's in med school. Why on earth would you mess that record up and go start again?
Right.
What are you gonna do next time? Have an astronomer? No, but I thought that was a great conversation. It's not too early to have that, and you're right.
Right.
In this time, it's a good conversation because then you realize he even says, "I like her." You notice the way he deals with her is way different than he dealt with every other woman. He didn't try to get all up on her, any of that, and he realized that. Hey, she's more sophisticated. I just got to deal with her differently. And then she gave him an excuse for him to say, "I got to move on."
Yeah, exactly.
Then you had Carlos on his date, which was golf. Yep. First of all, his golf swing, good. Brother can play. Even though I didn't see where the ball went, so there's no tell because I got a good swing until I hit the ball. What'd you think of this date?
I thought it was good. What was interesting to me is Carlos and Steph were talking. And Steph telling him, he asked her why she's single. And she does what a lot of people do, where it's the men out there. This is why I'm single.
Yeah,
it's the men. I'm like, I'm sorry, all men can't be that bad. And if everybody that you meet and try to date is a bad dude, well, something's wrong with your picker. But you can't just say I'm single because everyone else sucks.
Okay, here's the thing that she did do though. She went. It's not like I'm too much the way I'm talking to you is the way I talk to everybody else. Just the way we're talking right now. And for some people, that's too much.
I think if you got to confess that means you've heard this before and you know it's true.
Yeah, I knew you weren't buying
Some people say I'm mean, but I'm not mean. Not at all.
I know me, and me wouldn't be mean to anybody.
Anybody, not a soul. I'm not mean, but everybody keeps saying it. Like,
now Demi's on this date as well, and it's interesting because it's Demi, it's Steph, and it's Dr. Shawana, and Dr. Shawana is giving us the play-by-play because she already knows what it is on this date.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She even says Carlos is just the homie because she knows he's locked in on Janae. And then she's kind of making fun of the other girls. So I think she's just having fun at this point.
Well, was it the other girls or just Demi? Because Demi's the one like, how do you putt? Well, you know, you just hit it. Okay, but can you physically show me?
Yeah, she was making fun of that, which you play golf more than I do. But I mean, have you ever done that to someone? Let me put my arm right. Let me show you. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. I watched Happy Gilmore 2 the other day. So.
Apparently. So did I. Getting ready for Happy Gilmore 2, and then I saw the preview, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch this. So as we get to the end, near the end of this episode, we see the women back at the pool, right? And Tari and Sarah, they're having a little tiff going on. What's going on?
Yeah, this was weird because Sarah was just talking and said that she would never engage with any man who was entertaining other women because she had dated a singer. She wouldn't say who the singer was, but dated a popular singer, and all the cheating and stuff like that gave her PTSD. So when she sees Tyson being super flirty with these girls, it triggers her, right? So that's all she was really saying. Then Tari, which I kind of agree with Tari here, where she says, that's crazy. Just like, what do you mean? Well, it's just crazy. Like if Tyson's one of the most interesting ones, and he's very flirty. But if you're not trying to be so possessive, maybe you'd have a man.
Yeah, and it boils over even more because then Sarah's like, "Why are you having an attitude with me?" He's like, "Girl, we all have attitudes." And I like the way this kind of went because Tari was throwing some smoke her way, right? Sarah's way. Yeah. But then she brought it back to herself because she's like, look, we all have attitudes. We're human. We're women, right? And look, that's why you don't have a man. And you know what? That's why I don't have one either. We need to all be better. Yeah. And I kind of like the way diffuse it because the way it was set up was almost like this was about to be a big issue, and then it wasn't.
Right. I thought it was about to they're about to splash some water on each other. Shit about to get real, but that's all it was just a little cat fight.
So Tyson's at the house alone. Alone being the only man besides the cameraman there, with all the women. So of course, what happens when the cat's away?
Yeah, it's all about Tyson. It's Tyson shit.
He decides to get up on all the women. Right now, he goes in this cold plunge challenge. Cat jumps in with him. She's fine. And he's like, okay, well, Tari, come on, get in here. You next. She's sitting between my legs. You sit between her legs. Tari gets in and starts howling. To the point that Janae is like, hey, we've all faked one or two. Stop it.
It was a bit much, but as much as I hate ice cold plunges, I can't stand them. So I'd probably yell just like that. Why
get in?
Oh, I wouldn't do it. But until I got into some, and I used to run track in high school.
Yeah, but then why would she get in? If you're gonna do all of that, being extra, why?
Because you're on TV. Be extra.
Okay, whatever.
That's how you go to the spinoffs. That's how you get on Love Island. You gotta act a fool. You gotta act a fool someplace else.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Touche. We get to the elimination mixer, and it's kind of weird because we don't see anything leading up to this as to who gets selected for this elimination mixer.
I even had to rewind. I'm like, did I fast forward through a commercial and just miss that conversation? But not one word, which again bothers me about the show. Like, be consistent. in what you're doing, especially when it comes to elimination, because we want to hear why these 3 people were put up on the chopping block.
Yeah, because Catherine was up there. Well, we know why Catherine was there, because Tyson's like, you don't want kids? You got to go. And besides, you're not letting me just rub up on you the way I want to. Liliana's got to go. And that's also because of Tyson, obviously. And then Dr. Shawana from Titus. So we can kind of figure out why, right?
Right.
Nobody from Carlos, but I do like that Catherine and Titus sat down and they had good combo.
Yeah, they did. And I think what's great was he had complimented how she embraced the alter ego challenge at the wrestling ring, because the way she came out, I was curious like what she was going to do. So I was impressed with it too. But he said that she has class and has game, but they have so much more in common. They both don't want any more small children. I think that makes the most sense. Now, did you catch how she told Titus that she was fixated on him when he came out?
No, I missed that. What she said?
She was fixated on him, like when you came out, pretty much at the beginning when they first met him.
Right.
When you came out, like, I just couldn't stop looking at you. I'm like, okay, it's nice, because you was down for Tyson.
Yeah,
so you realize you can't have kids.
Yeah, because two parts of that. One, she said, well, Tyson ain't gonna want me, so I gotta do something to stick around here. One. And two, how could she miss him? He was the biggest man in there. He was walking around with baby oil and no shirt on. He was the big black man in the ring with 2 white men. She couldn't miss him. She couldn't miss him. What I do like about this, though, is the fact that Titus did bring up the fact that she doesn't want kids.
Right.
And he said he doesn't want, which means that the conversation was had again. Remember,
right.
Brianna, he was turned on to Brianna by Carlos.
Right.
And apparently Tyson mentioned that whole thing. Maybe it was just, maybe he didn't try to turn him to her, but maybe he said, well, she needs to come to the elimination mixer because she's not the one for me because she doesn't want to have any more kids. And that could have been it.
Could be. Could be.
Maybe I'm reading way too much into it, and
I think you might be. I was just trying to support you and be like, hey, that could be a theory. You're right. I was just trying to support you on that one. But yeah, you really overthought.
I was just trying to think brothers helping brothers here. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. All right. So Tyson, one of the other women he had in there, Liliana. This was pretty awkward.
Yeah, it was. This is another one of those where Tyson just doesn't really take this seriously. I think she asked Tyson why is she at the elimination mixer, and Tyson says, let's talk about something else. So he's want to get into it. So then she's in there like, wait a minute, how are you going from hot to cold on me? Because he was hugging on her, kissing on her, had his hand in her back pocket, all that
on her booty.
Yeah, rubbing on her booty, and then all of a sudden he could barely even look her in the eye. I heard that. And I like how Liliana was like trying to call him out. Like, I feel like you're trying to hide something.
Yeah.
And that's when we find out he doesn't like having tough conversations. He'd rather just ghost people.
Yeah, that's weak.
Yeah. He's too old to be doing that.
But again, he's had that where women chase him, and when they do something he doesn't like, he can just leave.
Yeah.
As he says. He doesn't have to be there to have this conversation. He can just block them.
Yeah.
And it's simple as that. And as we see in the previews, this is going to be an interesting one. I think Liliana's going to give him the business the same way you've said. Not everybody's there for love.
Yeah, I just don't know what Tyson's motivation is. I feel like Thaddius is looking for something, whether it's love or not. I don't think Thaddius is looking just to smash. Carlos, to me, is the one that looking for a relationship. But Tyson, to me, seems he's just looking to see how many people he can hit it with.
Have some fun.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. All right. So 3 episodes in. Of course, back again next week. So are we gonna make this the routine? Mondays?
Yes, we can do Mondays.
You all right over there?
Yeah. I had to think about it. I'm like, yeah, we can do Mondays.
And what's coming back soon, Love is Blind UK. That's coming back in a couple weeks, so be on the lookout for that. By the way, Toya says Titus is doing the experiment right, while Tyson is looking for a good time. Agree?
Yeah, 100%.
If you think about it, Titus has found 3 connections so far, right? because
Titus,
Ariel, yeah,
Shawana, Dr. Shawana, Ariel, and now Brianna. You're right.
Yeah, and actually 4 because then Catherine. It seems like they have a little thing too.
Yeah, but has he had the question with Catherine?
No,
no, you're right. I was thinking Cat.
Yeah, Catherine.
Yeah, Catherine. Yes, I think because I would say Dr. Shawana is not on his top list anymore.
No, yeah, because she kind of played herself to the left.
Yeah,
and I think she was overthinking that whole aggressive comment.
Yeah,
I think he was fine after that. He just wasn't going to joke the way he was joking before. He's going to be careful because he's walking on eggshells. Monique says Tyson is low vibrational. Dang. Well, I can see why, though. But see, this has not been a good look for him. This has not been a good look for him because it is not making him look good at all.
No, but I don't think he cares.
No, he doesn't. Because you know what? He'll get more women still because of the show.
Yeah.
They'll be reminded, oh, Tyson Beckford's single. Monique says, I think all the women should start going after the other 2 guys and leave Tyson on an island by himself. Except women are just as lustful as men, and they'll be chasing after him just like men would be chasing after the attractive woman on the show too, if that was the case. Yeah,
they're not going to do that. So
they're not going to do that. And you notice because male strippers make more money than women's. So look, Tuesday.
How do you know that?
You know from UTSA. Tuesday, Random Thoughts episode 19 drops for the regulars. You get to see it first, and then Wednesday will drop for everybody else. Look, and then of course next week we're back with King's Court, and in a couple weeks start Love Is Blind UK. So looking forward to all this, man. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Do us a favor, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm Just Terrell.
Make sure you follow us at Yanni Rude, at Just Terrell, and at the RGRT Pod.
Yeah, send us some of your random thoughts, some of the bullshit you find on the internet. We may talk about it on the show.
It's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast. Cheers.
Cheers.